What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformer Studio Series number 118, Leader Class, Rise of the Beasts, Aplinq. Now, in terms of the packaging here, it actually looks quite nicely done here. We have a very beautiful image of Aplinq on the front here. We have a nice Aplinq on the side here. Oh, look at that Aplinq on the back here. Looks quite nicely done. Got a transwarp key, and on the side here we've got Aplinq again. So, and then on the top here, just Rise of the Beasts, and on the bottom, just stuff. So, yeah. Now, the reason why we haven't taken a look at the figure yet is because the box is really big, because they finally got back to doing the original boxes like that, so it could be worse. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can take a look at the figure, and the figure looks beautifully done. I might like to just add that in. So, first thing I'd like to talk about here is how beautifully done this heavy remold of Optimus Primal is done. And y'all know me, I don't usually like my remolds and repaints. I usually don't. But this one, I'll give it this. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Okay. In terms of monkey mode, you do have an opening mouth here, which does open up a little bit. Not quite as nicely as it could be. You know, I mean, it's just pretty much Optimus Primal's head with a different face dressing on there. But then again, the original Aplinq was an Optimus Primal redeco, so, you know, could be a whole lot worse. So, the shoulder pads do lift up and do move, as well as do the arms and biceps moving in and out around thus and so. And on this side here, we've got different types of shoulder pads for sure. On this one, we've got the maximal symbol that Scourge rips off. And on this side, we've just got the shoulder blades that get shot off in the original movie. If you have not seen Rise of the Beasts, you must know that this shoulder and there's a lot of stuff missing from Aplinq after he encounters Scourge. So, but there is one more thing that we can do here, and we can get him into his attack mode, or his gorilla attack mode, as the instructions don't really like to call it, but that's kind of what it is it's a gorilla attack mode. So, going to get these legs put down like this, make sure that everything stays tabbed in just nicely like so. And we're going to take the arms and bring them out like this, bend them so much, just enough like that, and do the same thing on the other side. You can start bend them in like this, just enough like that. And then that means we can start bringing in some of the accessories, which I am very stoked and excited for. So let's get some of these out here really quickly before we totally screw up the monkey mode that we don't want to screw up. So, but yeah, this is how he should look in his more attack mode. And that being said, because this is Aplinq and not Optimus Primal, you get two different arm blades, and they do store just exactly like they would on Optimus Primal. You can store them on the back here. As per the usual Primal figure, it doesn't really matter which direction you store them. However, as per the instructions, they tell you to store them with the handle pieces facing inward, like so. And there you have that. But that's not why you buy this figure. You buy this figure because you're going to put these on him. Now, you want to make sure that you have the right pieces in the right spots. So, to do this properly, you're going to find this tab spot right here. I'm going to shove this blade right on in there and make sure that this handle piece is pointing backwards. So, do the same thing on the other side. Take these blades, push them right on in there. And there you have Aplinq, all bladed up and armored and ready to go face against Scourge to protect one of the accessories that does come with him, and that is the transwarp key. Now, this is a transwarp key, but this is a very less detailed transwarp key. This is the one that comes with Optimus Primal, and as you can clearly see, this one has much more definition, and this one does not. This one also, I believe, comes with the device. This is just supposed to it's supposed to be reminiscent of just the crystal. This is supposed to be the whole device. This is just supposed to be the crystal. And it does, once again, totally split in half like the original, like this one does. It's just, like I said, very much less detailed. So, With that being said, we are now going to take this and we are going to shove it off to the side along with the one for Optimus Primal. And of course, because this is an Optimus Primal figure, you also get 2 chains, which to create the weapon that is going to be going on in robot mode, you're going to straighten the weapons out. We're going to get this weapon mode started first, and then we shall continue on. I do believe that you want this one facing this way. I believe you want it this version this way particularly. And then, yeah, and then there we have that. And so now you can do this, and we can take this one, and we can peg this into place right here. Let's just make sure that they all are looking honky-dory. And then we can take this one. Let's rearrange it just enough here, where that goes down like this, and then this piece goes like this, like so. Basically, you want it looking really funky, but at the same time, you want it all looking somewhat symmetrical to a point where these are going to look, you know, badass. So, hold on here. I gotta rotate that back around. So, basically, you want them somewhat looking like this. So, alright, now we're going to remove this off to the side, and we are going to do scale comparisons, and then we are going to get into the transformation. Then we shall get into final thoughts, scale comparisons one more time, and then we shall rank the figure. So, let's bring him off to the side here. Here he is next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Maximal Air Razor. We'll get a family photo of the entire Maximal team here once we get all this done. Here he is next to the Voyager Rhinox, which I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to be the next weird one to show up at Ross. I don't know this for a fact. It sounds logical. So, here we have him next to the Voyager class Cheetor, which you guys could have found at Ross back in the day, or back last year, not back in the day. Excuse me. Here he is next to the Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. The Studio Series, to be specific. And here he is next to his mold sake. Here he is next to Studio Series Primal. And once again, I've got to say, there's a lot of massive differences between the two figures, aside from just the plastic and the coloration. We'll get into those once we get into robot mode with this guy. To which, let's begin. Now, to start with this guy, it's very easy. I think we'll start off with the arms first. We're going to bring these arms down, straighten. Let's flip up the shoulder pads just so we can show what we're doing here. So we're going to do this. We're going to make sure that the legs are bent back just enough so where we can show this on camera. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this arm plate and you're going to bring it up, and then you're going to take this one and I like to take it and push the panel that's right here to open it up just enough. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I do. You're going to come to the monkey hand and you're just going to push the hands all the way in, completing the fist, and then you're going to take it and you're going to rotate it, and you're going to rotate it all the way around, like so. And then you're going to take it and fold it all the way back. Take this panel here, and it is going to, well, make sure that this one is very well rotated first. Make sure it's rotated like this, then close up the hand, make sure this comes over, and it's just going to sit there. It's not going to tab in anywhere, it's just going to sit there. And then there's a tab here that's going to go right into that slot right there, and there's how you have that. Then you're going to rotate the... Actually, no, you're not going to do anything about that. You're not going to do anything about that at all. So yeah. Make sure that's all done like that. Then we're going to take this panel here. We're going to take it and close over the arm like that. And then we're going to set this guy down here for just a second here. Sorry, had to confirm with the instructions that I was doing everything properly. And then close up the shoulder up like this. And that's how you want that to look, because we're going to basically be coming all the way around to the other side of this figure to end it all out. So, going to come to this arm here. Going to take this. I'm going to flip this up. Let's rotate this before we have any issues here with that. And then we are going to take the gorilla hands, push them all the way in. Let's make sure this panel is opened up as well. Going to take this, make sure this is all folded down, and then make sure this closes up over that. Close this up, and then take this panel here and shimmy it on into the forearm like so. And that is pretty much how that's going to go, like that. And then we're going to rotate the hands. Let's just do that really quickly right here. So after that's done there, then you're going to come to this back section here, going to pop it up like so. Here, we'll set this down here like that so we can get a better look at the whole deal. You're gonna make sure he stands up properly. Make sure that we can all get a better look at the whole deal. So then as soon as we get a good look at that here, and we'll pop this head forward, and well, this is where things are going to get a little tricky here. So you want this to pop up over the gorilla head, which is kind of a pain. And it usually gets caught right up on this little tiny lip right here. I do not like that. That is a massive design flaw. It wasn't an issue with the original Primal, but this is an issue here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this. We're going to shimmy it all the way back, like so. And we're going to take this, we're going to bring this in like so and rotate that around, and there is a tab here that's going to go right into this slot like so. Do that, and then we are coming down to the finishing touches here. I promise we're coming down to the finishing touches. So anyways, let's finish out, actually let's do the chest first. So to do that, you're going to pull this whole thing forward. Take this, bring this around, but you want to make sure that the monkey head is like looking upwards. Take this. Actually, maybe you want to have it like that, but have it. It's a funky position. You need this head in. So, and then have the head looking up like so. That's the way you want it to look, and then you can close it all up. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you want it. Okay, I guess you do want it. No. You definitely don't want it like that. So have the head in this position. It's just my copy of the toy is not having it with me, and it should be. So we shouldn't be having these issues already out the box. And of course, we just popped the gorilla head off. That's not what we want. Not even in the slightest is that what I want to do with this thing. So straighten this all out. Push that in. This whole thing is supposed to be not so difficult to do, but apparently it's more difficult than it's supposed to be. This head sculpt is a nuisance. Come on. Go to the position you're supposed to be in. Give me a moment, folks. Okay, solved the issue. The head was popped on backwards, and I needed to pop it back forwards. Make sure it was not all screwy like it was. So there. That's all the way it's supposed to be. And now we have the head sculpt back up and out the way it's supposed to be. Now we are on the home stretch with this dude. We're going to extend the legs. We're going to fold up the gorilla feet. Fold whilst simultaneously folding down the robot mode feet. Take this. You're going to cover up this one panel. You're going to make sure the gorilla feet are in. Make sure this piece is in as well. And then there is a tab section that is going to go right there into the knee. And then fold up the knee pad. Flip out the heel spur exactly like Primal. So do the same thing on the other side. Take this. Straighten out gorilla foot. Fold this down. Make sure it tabs into place. Make sure this is folded down. Make sure this folds out as well. Make sure that's folded up. Make sure everything is all nice and done. Flip up the knee pad. Make sure the backpack is connected, at the very least. It needs to stay somewhat connected. So make sure that is still there. And let's straighten it all out. Let's straighten it all out. And there we have Maximal Leader Class Aplinq from Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And I gotta say, this dude definitely, I'm a little disappointed with him. And I say a little disappointed in the fact that this head sculpt was advertised as painted silver. That's just gray plastic. Like, seriously, it's just gray plastic. Let's zoom in here. This is just gray plastic on the head sculpt. I'm not thrilled with that. That is not what they advertised, and that is also not what is on the back of the box. Let me show you the back of the box here. Well, back of said box. Zoom back out a smidge. That is supposed to be painted. Not painted. Also, Gorilla's face entirely supposed to be painted. Once again, not painted. So they did not deliver on what they promised in the respects of the robot mode. However, the robot mode was kind of a bit of a mystery because we never actually got to see the robot mode of Aplinq. However, I have a feeling it would probably be looking something similar to this. So, anyways, let's continue on with the figure. In terms of said figure, the fingers actually do move, or at least the top two inside the top two and the bottom two. So basically, he looks like this, and he can do this. But yeah, so there's that, and there's pretty much that. The head sculpt, once again, a little bit difficult to accept, but it's okay. Excuse me. I must say a lot of detail usually goes into the back on this guy, or on these ape figures. So it's not a defining thing, but it's just, you know, hey. Now, in terms of weapons, as I stated prior, we give him his weapons, and the weapons look something like this. If we can get here. I'll give him this one, because this is the one that I've got ready to go. In the other one, I once again noticed that I made a mistake on where the placement of things need to be. But, basically, here is one of his weapons right here, and let's get the other ones sorted out here. Peg this one back in, and then open up the fists and close them back up, and there you have Aplinq all armored up and ready to go. Like, this is exciting, you know, this is a pretty cool thing to see, you know. I would honestly, if I was Scourge, I think I might have been a little more scared if he was in robot mode instead of in, like, ape mode. So, you know, but I do not know if this is the official, like, if this is originally what was supposed to go down in the original script should he have survived, but hey, this is what he looks like to be here today. So, anyways, let's get him into final thoughts and then scale comparisons, and we shall end the video with a ranking. And I gotta say, final thoughts on this guy I don't know what he looked like in robot mode, but I feel it was a little less than advertised, and it was not exactly what was promised, but it could have been better, and it could have been worse. So, that being said, let's get him now into scale comparison. So, here he is next to Studio Series A Razor. Here he is next to Voyager Rhinox from Studio Series. Here's next to Cheetor, Voyager Cheetor. Here's next to Voyager class Optimus Prime, Studio Series. And let's see him with his mold's sake, Optimus Primal, and we'll take a quick look at these two side by side really quickly, and we're going to open up Optimus Primal a little bit more here, just so that way we can get a good, decent look at what they've changed. And as you can clearly see, the only thing they've truly changed are the forearm panels and the shoulder pads, and the head sculpt. But also take note, I feel like this head sculpt is the actual head sculpt for the Voyager class original Optimus Primal. So to each your own, and you guys can determine which one you want to believe. So, yeah. So now that we've taken a quick look at these guys like that, we'll do this. And like I said, two very, very, very different figures, but two very, very, very the same figures. So, but, yeah. Alright, so let's get these guys in a group photo here. We have Aplinq in the back. We got Optimus Primal towards the front. We got, let's get Cheetor going on in the background over here. We got Rhinox, and oh wait, let's get Airazor. And what a family photo we have. This is truly something amazing for any Rise of the Beast collector. Actually, that being said, any live action Rise of the Beast, or any live action collectors, this is definitely something you want to get. And let's just give this to Airazor, so that way everything just looks a little more kosher. So there we go. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful family photo we have going on here. And honestly, it's a beautiful pickup. So seriously, if you haven't picked this guy up, or when you get the opportunity to pick him up, I highly suggest you do it. Because this family photo right here looks perfectly beautiful. So let's remove all the Maximals really quickly here, so that way we can get into our final ranking and judgment on said figure of Leader Class Aplinq. So, and I must say, if I'm to rank this guy, like I usually say, I'm not the biggest fan of my repaints, I'm not the biggest fan of remolds, but this guy, there's just something about him. Like, I don't know what it is exactly. I can't explain it. I can't exactly say it. But it's on the tip of my tongue, along the lines of like different figure or same figure, different look. So, I mean, if that's like the best way to explain it, that's like the only way I can truly explain it to anybody who may or may not be paying attention to this, but I just don't know exactly how to explain that. However, it's basically the same figure, but a different character. And different character enough they have it to a point where it truly is a different character. So, I think I'm going to have to give this guy just enough of a pass on the repaint scale and the retooling scale. I'm going to give this guy... give this guy a 7, and actually no. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.8. 7.8 for the fact that it's the same figure, but it feels just different enough to where it's a different character. And the thing that's really bringing the score down is the fact that they didn't even bother changing the skeleton of the Transformer that they were going to just rip it from. Like, I'm going to be straightforward with you. I really would have preferred a different transformation to this. No, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying that in the slightest. I just feel like there was more to be done with him, and they just kind of wasted their opportunity. But then again, this year they've got lots of projects coming out, so I can't complain entirely. Obviously, a figure in the line had to suffer. So, again, I'm not complaining, but a 7.8 I feel is still a very, very good ranking for a Transformer figure. And if you have not picked this guy up, I honestly suggest that you guys manage to go in if you can find him. You can go find him at Target. That's the place I picked this guy up at. However, they may or may not let you purchase it. So, just letting you guys know about that now. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to check out all of the playlists that are on my channel, which I will leave a link to in the description below. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Riveted Reviews, Riveted Railfan, Alexander Rothschild, Kitten Cat 999, Marvelous Ball, Lemon Lime Productions, iStar552 one more time, The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, and New York Toy Hunter. Along with one last person I'm going to shout out. I'm shouting this person out on TikTok. This person's name is Cool Shorts 3. And I do believe you guys should go check him out, as he has done some amazing work with his stop motions, and you guys would definitely love it. So, this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Bye.